don't know if I ever talked about this, but I don't clip my toenails. Welcome, Modern Talkers. This is Modern Talk. Modern Talk. Why? All right, so we're gonna start off real hot and heavy today. We have a new segment called How Things Should Be with Tommy. Kleenex can be paper towels, Kleenex can be napkins, and paper towels and napkins can't really be toilet paper. But the most important thing is toilet paper is not Kleenex. I don't like that. Get Kleenex. It's not a big deal. You know, I don't know who needs to hear that today, but that's real, bro. That's how things should be with Tommy. And that's the end of our show. So here I am. I'm here. Thank you. I'm very present. I have the picture that I always bring to all the one-on-one podcasts. And I don't know why I never did that before. I just never thought about it. But it's better already, dude. It feels good. And I'll put a picture of the picture if you want. Paranoid already. He's definitely not here. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I love it. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. So, the way I took the picture is how I have the picture. It's in a frame thing. And thanks to Shutterfly. Our sponsor, not really, although I love it. So I have it, it's a rectangle one, but you could do it this way too, to make it portrait, and vertical for, you know, who doesn't know what that is. I'm really manic already. So someone told me that you actually, the correct way to have it is the vertical way because of how the lighting is. So that's like the, you know, whatever. But I'm like, no, that's how it is though. But that's how I took it, and that's how it is in real life. So my question is, how do we figure out what the best way to do it is? Is it the real way or is it the artistic choice way? And it's probably case by case. But I don't know, it's just something to ponder. Is it too distracting? And who's it really for, I guess? Is it for me? Because if it's for me, I want it the way it should be, right? But then I looked at it the other way, and I'm like, wow, I get how that's better. Because the sun would be like that, and you can't really tell because it's a close-up. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Because if it's for only other people and they don't know, then I guess do it the artistic way. But then what if they find out it's the false way? And this is like, doesn't really matter for this particular instance, but for like movies and stuff, do you do it the real way, which is basically what mostly I did for my movie, or do you do it the artistic way, which might be better? And you know, I think it's a balance, whatever. It must be fun being my friend for a lot of reasons, hopefully. But mostly I think about how whenever someone sends me a funny video or something, like Pete, they never know if they're gonna get serious Tommy or silly Tommy. Because, you know, depending on the day, I could be either one. Depending on the moment, I could be either one. Sometimes I just send back like, haha, and then sometimes I send back a dissertation about why it's actually not funny and is actually deeply disturbing about the modern culture today. So, you know, don't send me stuff unless you're okay with dissertations. which I'm just basically talking to Pete and my dad or something. And maybe Ben, my other friend. Anyway, meat is gross, bro. It's gross. If you think about it too hard, like when you're eating wings, it's like, it's a chicken leg, you know? It's gross. Or it's a wing or what, you know, whatever. And Thanksgiving is actually tomorrow. So that's cool. That's relevant. Even though this will be 20 weeks from then or whatever. So I got a coupon generously from my Myrtle parents, and they gave me these coupons for like two-piece dinner box thing, which means I didn't know what that meant really. Like 2 pieces of what? Like I don't like that. Like tell me what it is. Like that's the thing, the pet peeve thing that I have. I'm sure I've said it before, that I don't like when people talk in a vernacular that not everyone understands. So I didn't grow up with Bojangles, and I always just got the chicken fingers, which are called chicken supremes, which don't call them that. But someone told me what chicken supremes meant. Chicken supremes meant, so that's how I got those. And no one told me what a 2-piece meant, so I don't know what that is. And so when I went there, I was just like, well, it's a coupon, it's gonna be cheaper no matter what. So I'll just get whatever I'm supposed to get. And it was a 2-for-1, so I got 2 dinner boxes, so I got like 2 full dinners, and this was for lunch. And I shouldn't have done that. But, you know, you live and you learn. So he was like, what do you want in the second meal? And I was like, I read it enough to know a little bit about it, so I saw there's no substitutions. So I was like, so I'll just, for the second one I'll get the 4-piece chicken supreme, which is what I always get. And then he's like, oh no, I meant just for the side, like there's no substitutions. I was like, oh, okay, well, say what you mean, right? But he apologized, he was nice. So I got that, and then when I opened it up, I didn't know fully what it was gonna be. So it was a chicken, like the drumstick, and then, which is a weird thing to call that. It's a long way to go to call it like not a chicken leg. And then like the big, I don't even know what that is. Like the thigh or something? No. Is that what that is? I don't even know. Just like the big, like this one. And I don't even know how to eat that. There's bones in there, and they're like intercrossing and stuff. I never knew how to eat those, so I was like, I'll just stick with the drumsticks, or I'll get the salad. I never got salad. I don't know why I said salad. I'll get the whatever else is on the options. And it was gross. Like the even the drumstick, which is like really what I eat, you know, normally when I eat wings. Half of them, the others are flats or whatever. But I'm not one of those people who get one or the other only. I like both. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so the one was the drumstick, and even that was like, this definitely isn't good. Like, I know wings, even the like most premium chicken wings, like, you know, homegrown or whatever they say, free range, homegrown, like their weed. Anyway, so it just was like, this isn't real chicken. Like, it's, I don't know, it's either they were dead chickens before they even killed them or something. Which I don't even know how that's possible, but like they were dead in the cage and they just dragged them out and then They didn't even kill him. They just like cut him up right there. Oh, that's so gross. I don't know where this is coming. Like, is Bojangles that bad that it's just making me a vegan? Is that what's going on? And I love Bojangles chicken, the strips, like I said. Though that looks like real meat. But I don't know why they would do one real meat. And maybe I just got a bad batch or something, but and so I ended up paying, I didn't eat almost any of the meat. Like I ate some just to just so it wasn't a total waste. But then I just ate like the fries, which were good. They're always good. But I got a large because I thought it was the same price for either way. But since it's large, you have to pay more, duh. Even though it's a coupon. So I got 2 of those, and 2 dinner boxes. And I didn't even eat the first one, and I put the other one in the fridge. I don't know if I'm gonna ever eat it. So I ended up paying $16 for fries, pretty much. And so that's a real big bummer, because I did it to save money, but I didn't save money. I spent twice as much as I normally would spend if I just got the 4-piece chicken supreme. So even if you get a coupon, you have to get the right coupon for you. Like if I love 2-piece, whatevers, then that would be perfect. I could store it in the fridge, air fry it the next day. That's 2 meals for one. But that was like fully 2 meals. Like if I got what I actually like for the same price. So I got really screwed. But that's okay, you live and you learn. And that's something that I learned recently. There's no free lunches, like that's a saying. And here's another way I learned that. There was this local meeting billed as like an entrepreneur kind of thing where someone would come in and talk about what they know about entrepreneurship and what they learned and how to team build or something like that. So I went to that because they said they had a free lunch, and I was especially busy this last week because I had a conference that I worked for in whatever, and I was a cameraman, and it was actually in this chair, and my body is still traumatized from it because it was like 5-hour chunks, I believe, that I was here for 2 or 3 days, and 3 days, and so my body's still sore from sitting in this for so long, because I sat almost this whole time. And it's probably 3 hours straight in this chair. See, dude, I don't flimsy up the numbers. Anyway, so I was busy with the conference and I was behind on the podcast edit. So, but I was like, I think I have enough time to do this. This might be, might grow my whatever, my empire. And and so I went, because it was free lunch. It's a no-brainer. I could build my empire, and I could also get a free lunch. And then I won't have to go to those because my empire would be so ballin' that I'd need to get free lunches. But there is no free lunch, like I said. So the meeting ended up being a MLM, which is a multi-level marketing, which equals a pyramid scheme, in easy terms. And a pyramid scheme, if you don't know, is the people at the top make a lot of money off the people at the bottom, and you obviously start at the bottom. So you're either stupid because you're at the bottom, or you're kind of scummy because you're at the top and you're making money off these little people who will likely lose money on the thing. They'll quit because they'll lose too much money. So I was really upset because I wasted 2 hours going there, and then the lunch was a soggy cold sandwich. So I was really bummed about everything, and it just it was for insurance or something. So they made it sound really easy. So if it was really easy, then you were just selling people things that they could do themselves. Like they're like, you just have to punch in a few numbers and then they tell you what they're eligible for. I'm like, why do they need us then? Like, just let them do it. But then you need to get qualified as an insurance blah blah blah, which is just a way to let us give them money. So I was really bummed about that, but you live and you learn, and it probably is worth it because now I know there's no free lunches, so I did learn something. And also I know about pyramid schemes because someone tried to get me into one when I was in high school. There's this kid, what was his name? On God. I think it was ANGOD. He got into this thing called Verb, and I'm sure it's not around anymore. But it was a pyramid scheme, and you had to buy so many drink. It was a drink, energy drink, like a new energy drink. I guess back when energy drinks were like new and stuff. So you had to buy so many energy drinks and then sell them to other people, and then you get the money, the difference on the commission or whatever. And I think I brought it to my parents and I was like, I think this makes sense, right? And they're like, oh yeah, that's a pyramid scheme. And I was like, well, okay, so I should make money off of that then? And they're like, no, that's bad news. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't do it, but I think at least one of my friends did it, and they got screwed, because that's what happens. And then, so the next thing I want to talk about is I've been struggling with variety is the spice of life, and don't change because bad things happen when you change them, because you don't know what the outcome is. So you don't want to. It could be good, but it could be bad. So if you do variety, you're gonna get some bad with it. But if you do the same thing every time, you at least know what's gonna happen, even if it's a semi-okay thing. And that kind of goes back to balance, because I don't know what the answer is for that. I think it is like you have to take some chances to spice it up, but also it's good to keep your routine to some extent, especially if you know it's good. Like that's what I am like once I know something's good, I want to just do that and then we're chilling, you know? I don't know. Okay, so this actually ties in. So this last 2 weeks, after church, me and this kid hung out, and we did the same thing twice in a row. So we watched football, and then we went to Waffle House, and then we got Krispy Kreme donuts that were hot. And that sounds like a freaking good day, dude. And so we did that. It went so well the first time. I was like, let's just do that again, and he was cool with it. So it was really awesome. And like, I guess we'll do something else at some point, but like, I'm cool with that forever, pretty much. Like, I know what I get, and I like what I get when that happens, you know. So yeah, anyway, so when I was driving that kid home, he's like 17, but he doesn't have a car or something. Yeah, he doesn't have a car. And then I don't think he has a license either. Anyway, so my tire sensor went off when I was driving him home, which he lives an hour away. This kind of seems confusing and complicated, but he comes here for church. He lives an hour away. His dad left him here, and then I would take him home. So on the drive back, he lives in the middle of nowhere. So we were like halfway there. Probably not halfway there, but you know, I don't like to flimsy up the numbers. But we were in the middle of nowhere, and my tire sensor starts blinking, and that freaks me out. This kid's not gonna get home, you know, he has school tomorrow. And I ended up filling up my tires the next day, and they were a little lower than they should be, but they were okay. And but it was also cold, so I didn't know if that affected it. And then I looked it up, and it said the blinking meant the sensor was off, so I didn't know how, like, if it was a flat tire or not. So it didn't mean that I had a flat tire. Anyway, that's not important. So the important thing is when I filled up, everywhere in the north that I know of, you could get free tire pump ups at like Sheetz or whatever, and none of the gas stations do that here, which is so weird to me, because I grew up and in Virginia where I went to school, they had free air. And I finally found a place here that does it. It's called Mavis, and it says free air on it, which is a brilliant sales tactic, I think, because it makes you feel like the competition is stupid for making you charge for air, because that's essentially what it is. But air is free. Like I don't have to pay anyone for that right now. Who knows in the future? But yeah, they make the competition look greedy and nonsensical. But in reality, someone had to invent that mechanism to do that, and they had to buy that from someone who made the item, and they have to maintain it too. You know, they have to, like, if something breaks, they have to go in and fix it, and that's money, either for parts or for even just someone to look at it. So I'm sure the company has like overpriced tires or some overpriced something to offset that money, whatever. So you're not really getting, it all balances out in the end. There's balance again. But it's smart, because when you get free air from someone, it makes you like loyal to them. Like, oh, they gave me free air, you know, I'm gonna go back there if my tire actually does get popped. And that's exactly what happened to me, because you know what I said last episode, I'm loyal as shh, you know, I'm so loyal. So when I did get my tire popped, maybe I talked about it last time, I went there and they took care of me, and it was a lot of money, but you know, balance, it all balances out. I don't know if I ever talked about this, but I don't clip my toenails. I haven't since like early high school, I think, because I just got too tall, and you know, it's hard to get all the way down there. And every time I did get down there, it was like literally jaggedy, and it looked like shark's teeth down there or something. It was like gross. And then there was a snag on my socks and stuff. So yeah, that was terrible. And so my mom did it for a long time. And then when I had girlfriends, they did it generously, and I didn't like force them to or whatever. But also sometimes I would go to get a pedicure, because it's nice, obviously, and they do it for you and they make it look really nice. And it's relaxing. You get to sit in a massage chair for 30 minutes at the very least. So my ex said that that's weird and terrible that she had to do that. And I don't disagree with her, but I didn't force her to. But I totally get it. And so as a way to like better myself in a way and kind of reclaim that story, I bought nail clippers, and I'm gonna clip my nails whenever they need to be clipped. And you know, that's what heroes are made of. What I talked about in therapy recently was no expectations, because when I have expectations on something, then you get disappointed. So if you don't have expectations and you kind of just accept what is, which is what I talk about all the time, then you can't be disappointed. You'll just be happy with whatever is. So I've been working on having no expectations, which is really hard because you don't even know what you're expecting sometimes. And then people do something different. You're like, it's not what you're supposed to do. You didn't read the script. Woody Allen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got this sweet, it's raining outside right now. So I got this sweet jacket on. And also I have my In-N-Out shirt from Texas. When Pete and I went to Dallas and Waco. That's what's up. Oh yeah, but I didn't finish what I was saying. No expectations, so I was working on that, but also there's this movement or whatever about like manifesting what you want. So where should you fall on that? Should you have no expectations, or should you expect like the best and then get disappointed? But I guess the best thing is to expect the best and then work towards that. And if you're not there yet, or it doesn't happen right then be okay with that and just keep moving forward. But I guess that's a balance too. Balance, here we go. This is called balance. This one's called balance. I think it was the last thing. Yeah, so this is what I learned in therapy again. Might have been last, and who cares? What I do a lot is, she noticed that I'm very compassionate and understanding towards other people, but I don't have that same love for myself, which is weird. And so, sometimes I do, but more often than not, I need to reflect that love that I show for others back to myself. And I don't know, that's hard. That's hard to do. Because I always think that other people expect more of, I want people to expect more of people in general. So I want to be that person that they're like, Tommy does that, so other people could do that for me too. And then it kind of makes the world better in that way, because people are expecting more, so people will do more. But that's a lot. That's a lot of weight to bear. And I don't it's not my responsibility, but it's someone's, I guess. It's kind of all of ours. Man, I don't know. That's heavy, man. I can't even deal with that right now. It's giving me a headache. It's something I heard that made me feel really good. I think it was Diddy, which I don't even know why I heard this from him, but I think it was just on Twitter or something, but he said, criticism comes with achievement. And I haven't been criticized yet because I haven't achieved anything, but that'll make me feel comforted whenever I do get criticized, if I ever achieve anything. Wow, I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. And the reason that you suffer is desire. So anyway, this has been the podcast. And this one's all about balance for some reason. And that's just like what was in the ether of my life last week, or this week, or whatever you want to think about it. So thank you for listening. I wish I could give you a hug. If you ever, if this ever happens, I'd love to give you a hug in real life. And I hope this made you think, and keep in touch, and keep in touch maybe literally by giving me a hug. All right, thank you guys. Does he look schmexy? Drunk. The reason that you're so far is desire.